back. Round 2 of the Grimmys. Kicking things off with the BFG Award. This is for the overachiever of the year. Like, essentially the game just kind of kept going and kept doing its thing, and you got the point, but it went above and beyond what was asked of it. And I'm going to try to speed things up, so I'm just going to go through the nominees that have received votes and then give a nod to the ones that didn't. And you guys can shout out if you absolutely want to talk through one of the other ones. But we kick things off with XCOM Enemy Within. I think, Ethan, you're okay with that selection. Mm-hmm. I'm going to spell that one differently every time. Lego Marvel Superheroes.
Hulk Comeback.
It's fun. Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah.
No bias here. Ni no Kuni.
Yeah.
Has a subtitle that I don't remember. Blood Dragon. Have we talked about that game yet?
No.
Did we like Blood Dragon?
I don't remember.
I think we like Gunslinger.
Nice. Call of War is Gunslinger.
Yeah.
And Brothers. A Tale of Two Sons.
Brothers. Where art thou? Did anybody play the other Brothers game?
Other games mentioned Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, Shadow Warrior.
No.
Apparently Brothers was mentioned twice. Neverwinter. I kept trying to find a place for Neverwinter. Just didn't really happen. Steam World Dig. And Volta Story Abyssal City. Any of those feel like propping up, or can we move on?
Propping up or kicking off?
And anything else you guys want to add as far as an overachiever? Are we good to go?
I'm good.
All right. Yeah,
I'm good.
Gift
sucked a little
Gift wants to know how the room smells right now. I have a scented candle.
Oh, thank you.
So
thank
it
you,
smells like fresh linen.
Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the Right.
That's where that's
White
coming from.
Witch.
I have a White Castle candle. It smells like onions and mustard.
Farts.
I can go ahead and eliminate one because I
Okay.
don't think it fits.
What's
And I'm
that?
going to say XCOM Enemy Within
Dun,
because
dun,
I would
dun.
not qualify that as an overachiever as I think about it. It did what it had to do to get interest back into Enemy Within.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Okay.
to
Enemy
Unknown.
Unknown, yeah.
But I think Firaxis has. I mean, when you look at DLC and that guy, I mean, it's always pretty solid. You know, if you look at how Civilization 5 has been handled, it would be tough for me because some of these no one expected anything out of, or
Right.
they knew very little of them.
I wouldn't necessarily.
There was some hype, and it didn't. I mean, there was some hype there, but XCOM Enemy Unknown did it last year, and that would have been like the BFG. But for me, Enemy Within, people wanted more, they got more, and it wasn't, it was great. And I think we have another category that we can talk more about it. But I think that there's better.
But I want to caution. I wouldn't say it wouldn't necessarily. It doesn't hinge on it surprising you, but it's more of I wanted to throw off Grand Theft Auto 5, but seriously, the depth of that world, it's so unnecessary, but also awe-inspiring.
There is a conspiracy thing going on around Grand Theft Auto 5. There's some cave art kind of drawings up on the top of a tower.
Exactly.
People are freaking out trying to figure out. Trying to figure out what does it mean? Why is it there? There's some super secret thing. Jetpack.
There's just so much stuff in Grand Theft Auto that's not important to the story of it all that you could play that game for a day and not do story related.
In this competition, Gunslinger, it doesn't go over the top. It is just I want to nominate it because it's so tight and it's just this is supposed to be some shitty throwaway game, and
it shouldn't have been as good as it was.
But it's not as over the top as the others.
I can't think
I would
about
say in reference to Blood Dragon too. I think Blood Dragon worked in one way, but I don't think it did. It did just what it had to do, and it was great, and it was hype. But I didn't think it went out of its way to be.
Well, when I played Blood Dragon, I was just as excited as I was when I started it. It didn't blow me away. It met the
over the
expectations
top.
that I thought it was going to be over the top. I can't think of a reason how Ni no Kuni went over the top. Great game, but
I kind of think it did.
In what way? Just it's super cute,
the animation
and adorable.
No.
just like the Studio Ghibli involvement.
The fact they made a video game,
it's
is great.
It's got this big
Out of
story.
these-
It gets a little dark in places. There's a
I
whole
would- I
damn
would-
Pokemon thing happening in Ni no Kuni.
I'm gonna
I was gonna say
Wasted
I would,
a lot
I
of
would cut
time
Lego.
catching them all.
I still think the amount of content in Lego Marvel Superheroes is ridiculous,
Yeah.
but it's also kind of it's above the bar that Lego has set, but still not extreme enough because
Okay.
I had no idea when I started playing that game with you guys, like, and I was Iron Man. I started flying up because I thought I was going to hit the ceiling to the area we were in. And I just kept going and going. And then I realized, no, this is an open world city, and there's the big giant hovercraft, like, shield base or whatever. So that was pretty over the top for me.
so Brothers
But I see when it's...
Brothers is on multiple facets as far as even just the art style and the world, and then the story itself, just like that, and everything.
And then the
about it.
gameplay, like the way you play the game,
Yeah.
and then the things that they do with it later on in the game. Like I heard there's a really cool moment around some of that stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm actually edging towards Grand Theft Auto 5 for this.
My vote is Grand Theft Auto 5.
Well, but that's expected of a Grand Theft Auto game to be.
Yeah. How
You
did it?
got
How,
a
just
free
add-
online component that they didn't have to do that. It was
They did
free.
not
They
have
could have
to-
charged
yeah.
you for something which I have not played the game, but what people are talking about is arguably one of the best aspects of the game. That is overachieving to the next level. I mean, that is something that
they're
most
overachieving
companies-
to the point that they're almost out of touch with. No, you don't need to do that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's almost like you've done enough. You can go home now, Grand Theft Auto 5, and they released that and they followed it up and they made sure it worked. And I mean, that's
yeah, but some people would argue that the online component should have been there on launch too, which is why it was free.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they had the online component with 4, wasn't awesome, but
I take away the online component. I still think this wins.
Yeah, even without the online. I mean, I think the online is above and beyond of what you
disappointed
expect
in you.
to do with Grand
Very
Theft Auto.
disappointed.
No, I'm not saying it's great, interesting content that I want to go dive into and do. But I think it's just like this game would have been the same at
And they go over the
so
top
much less content.
in so
Yeah.
many different ways. Like there's a torture scene in the game. Like that's pretty over the top.
There are 3 main characters.
There are 2 more main characters than other other
And
games.
I found 4 so
There's a dog.
underwhelming.
There's a dog.
There's a
There's an
dog.
iPhone
You can, yeah,
integrated app.
you can play
if we're not
fetch
talking
with the
about
dog.
just a surprise new IP that came out,
What is he talking
I think that you have to give it that credit.
Remember,
Which proves we're
sometimes
not
chat
hipsters,
skips
so there you
stuff.
go.
Giftor is arguing that because it's a AAA title, it shouldn't win. But
I think that gives it more cred. I
Yeah,
think it gives
AAA
it because
titles
no one
can go over the
expects
top,
anything
too.
out of
I'm just saying they could have probably cut the scope in half, and it would have. I don't know. It would have had a very similar impact.
Yeah, I
with
feel like Grand Theft Auto wins that.
All right. BFG Award winner, Grand Theft Auto 5. The other finalists, Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch. That's really tough to say. And Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons.
Good job, Grand Theft Auto 5.
You finally won something.
Yeah. Woo.
We did it.
Wow.
New leaf.
Good job.
Take a shot.
And next up, the Comeback Award. This is clicking between all of my monitors and my computers. The best remake or update or series-saving sequel. So
Wait,
this
what was
is
that again?
Best
Laughing
remake
about
or
what
update or series-saving sequel.
Series saving
Serious
sequel.
saving.
Series saving
Saving
sequel. Wrath of the White Witch.
Comeback Award. NBA 2K14. I think it's a little personal. to our group.
Sports.
XCOM Enemy Within. Zelda A Link Between Worlds. Yep. I'm not typing all that out. DMC Devil May Cry. It's the official title. I make fun of it, but that's
It's
what
so
it's called.
dumb, yeah.
Shadowrun Returns. Tomb Raider. Not Radier. Whatever I just spelled.
Radir.
Pirates Creed.
Pirates Creed.
Flashback.
Flashback.
Others that did not receive votes: Fire Emblem Awakening, Ace Attorney Dual Destinies, Wind Waker HD. Still don't know if we can give that an award this year. I don't know about that HD remake. Lego Marvel Superheroes, Shadow Warrior, Payday 2, Super Mario 3D World, Animal Crossing New Leaf. Yeah, none of those are jumping out. Maybe Payday. I still didn't play enough Payday 1 to know the leap there. Does anybody else have any remakes? DuckTales is out there. But
So this is a category. This is the game that saved or brought it back. Because XCOM, as
Best
far as I'm concerned,
remake?
XCOM never went anywhere. I still play.
yes, this is a series saver, a franchise
'Cause,
saver. How about that?
Zelda?
I would say XCOM we could take off because Enemy Unknown
it
saved
had a pretty
last
good.
year.
It had a pretty
This-
good year last year. It wasn't really in trouble. But we can say that Enemy Within was much better than you expected.
You can, but I still think there's other ones that are stronger.
You will. I'm going to go ahead and strike NBA 2K14, even though it's the first sports game I've played in however long that I actually care about. But it seems like that series has been doing okay before this.
That was
I don't really think 2K14 changed the.
Nah, man,
narrative
it brought
there.
basketball back.
I thought it was live. That was bad.
Yeah. Let's see what's going on. Let's see. Zelda. So, chat's asking what's Zelda coming back from being hugely popular.
Yeah.
It's
that
more.
makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
What I hadn't made an argument yet. I was going to defend it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it'll be. I think with that, like again, like when I'm looking at this, like the comeback, like Zelda's like maybe the last game wasn't like maybe I don't know. Like
What's the
I
last
think
game?
Zelda's fine. It'll be fine.
We're talking
in
about
10 years,
Skyward Sword.
or are we talking about the other DS games, like
I'm
the
ta-
Phantom Train?
I'm talking that this is the best Zelda game since Wind Waker. And if you
Because in the
if you're not on
category comeback or reboot, I mean, it doesn't have to be a comeback. It just has to be
right, it's a series saver.
Yeah.
It could be a comeback, it could be a reboot. Like this franchise, I'm paying attention to it again. Zelda has that for me. I'm not ready to strike that. Shadowrun.
It saved it because the last Shadowrun game was really bad. Mm-hmm. But Shadowrun Returns, I don't think it. I think when the Berlin DLC comes out, that may help. But I didn't think it saved anything. I think it. I mean, people that like Shadowrun were happy to see it play more to its roots. But I
didn't hear a lot of
compared to the other ones.
Like love for it. You know,
No one was disappointed with it, but nobody was like, "Oh, this
Yeah.
is great." It lacked some stuff, so I don't think it saved Shadowrun. I don't think it was like, "Oh, Shadowrun's back."
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
And then I also didn't hear that. I didn't actually hear anything terrible about Flashback, but as far as the series saving stuff,
Yeah, just get rid of it.
No.
all
'Cause
right.
These are strong
God
contenders.
damn it! God
Okay,
damn it.
those
Look at this list.
a lot of like Coop, you really enjoyed Devil May Cry, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah. You played that too, didn't you? So I feel like Tomb Raider and Assassin's Creed both have to stay on this list. So we need to cut Zelda or
But it is
Devil May
so.
Cry.
I love Tomb Raider.
I don't know.
I'm
Is
cutting
Tomb
Zelda.
Raider a series saving?
Yeah, I guess.
Game,
Okay,
though?
I guess.
Yeah,
Because
I could be talked into cutting Zelda.
because it's I think they're starting Tomb Raider over, and
did somebody? Oh,
It-
I was gonna say,
where-
did somebody
where-
hate the last Tomb
where-
Raider game? And now this is a better one, so people are excited about it.
This
again?
Tomb Raider game is a lot better than the last Tomb Raider game, which might have been. I mean, what they had Underworld and
Yeah.
Legends and stuff
yeah,
like
well,
that.
yeah. Do we remember
I
what the
feel like-
last Tomb Raider game
Well,
was?
I feel like this Tomb Raider game saved the franchise and getting people who weren't really into Tomb Raider to play Tomb Raider.
I feel that way.
But people who were Tomb Raider fans may have not enjoyed it as much as a Tomb Raider game. So
I mean, I don't think anybody really played Underworld. I loved Underworld, but I think, yeah. So
so
it sounds like
thinking about
we're
getting
Zelda-
rid of Tomb Raider.
hold on. I want to focus on things first. That
Chat,
I
help me
think-
out here.
I think Aaron
Get
and I
him.
are okay with cutting Zelda.
I will cut Zelda. I was never going to vote
Okay,
Zelda.
Like
Zelda can do no wrong as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, it has, but
No,
yes,
no.
but
As far as I'm
it's
concerned,
not as
never.
it was not as in
Skyward
trouble
Sword
as
was great.
Some of
I like
these.
Skyward. It was my game of
Yeah.
the year 2 years ago, and I was
was great.
alone.
Okay, so here's the problem. I want to vote for Devil May Cry because it's my favorite game of the three. But I don't.
Who enjoyed?
But I don't know if it actually saved
Assass-
the series.
Who enjoyed Assassin's Creed 3?
This man did not.
But did you enjoy Assassin's Creed 4?
Yeah.
For
Did
an
it-
entirely
Did
different
it
reason.
change?
Okay, if you're in that argument, Yes, Assassin's Creed 4 saved
Like,
Assassin's
did
Creed
it-
for me.
Yeah.
Kind of. Are you playing Assassin's Creed, or are you just having fun being a pirate?
I'm gonna keep paying attention to Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. So Assassin's Creed 5.
I want to see what they do with Assassin's Creed 5
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's true.
or Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag subtitle.
Because from what I've watched,
They'll do another 4 pirate. They'll do another 4 pirate games.
yeah, I feel like if they did a full pirate game, that would be awesome. I think 4 still has too much Assassin's Creed in it. It's a nice stepping
Yeah.
stone. Because I'm bored
Okay,
with
but-
Assassin's Creed, but
If you
But
go
yeah.
on the
Okay.
I
yeah.
want the game
Yeah.
the series I'm most excited to see a sequel for now. I want to see Tomb Raider 2.
I want to see Tomb Raider 2.
yeah.
That makes more sense because to me, like Assassin's Creed hasn't. I mean, 3 after playing 3 and then playing 4, not being a huge Assassin's Creed fan though, but I don't think that like they could have done another one like the original series and they probably would have been okay. Assassin's Creed 4 gave them a little bit of a boost, you know.
Chat. Yeah. Nobody cares, chat.
I know I appreciate JPTs and
Yeah.
Gifford. And
Yeah.
that.
I mean, yeah. Of course, people liked Assassin's
We
Creed.
went all over the
3,
place, but did we just decide that Tomb Raider won?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah.
I would say Tomb Raider wins.
Yeah, that's the.
That hair.
I mean, honestly, I'd be.
She's back, guys.
I love.
Did you see that hair?
That hair.
Man, and that pickaxe. Whew.
I love Devil May Cry, but I'd also be okay if that was a one-off. Honestly, like, okay. So Tomb Raider wins our comeback award.
You did
other
it,
finalists,
Laura.
DMC, Devil May Cry, and Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag Pirates Creed.
Pirates Creed.
She really deserves it with everything she went through on that island.
Yeah.
She
Took some abuse.
She,
Yeah, she
need,
did.
she needed this. She needed this win.
This makes it all
She's
better.
resilient.
Yeah. But her hair was still looking great right up into the end.
It was. she got stabbed and cut, and
No one ever
beaten.
attacked that hair.
I thought
but
you.
the hair was perfect.
When she rose up out of that blood.
Yeah, she rose out of the blood and
hair
that hair
looked-
was still glistening.
Still looked great. It's
right.
really red, but
Next,
She had a real sheen on it.
let's count how many times I used the wrong keyboard. Next up is the horror moment. Horror moment of the
horror
year.
moment.
This may contain spoilers.
Saints Row
We'll do our
4.
best.
Horror moment.
Horrible. GTA 5.
All right, so we going jump scares in this or just
Horror,
being offended?
whatever your definition of horror is, if you can say it.
If you can't, then you don't get a vote.
Okay, for now, I'm just going to put Outlast on there because there are several moments, but we'll come back to that. One Late Night. That one, yeah, I did.
Is that the where you're in the office at night
Yes,
game?
yes.
Just hearing
Yes.
Josh talk about that game freaked me out.
Gone Home, The Atmosphere, and The Last of Us. There's a couple. I think we're gonna go with the kitchen scene.
I would go with the
Wait,
restaurant.
let's see.
We're
The
going with
restaurant scene.
I would go with the restaurant.
Yeah.
Although you did it, I think you played through it faster than I did.
Yeah.
I got through the restaurant really quick.
Kicked.
I was careful. I was scared.
Let's see, Cookie Clicker Grandmas did not get any votes. Dead Space 3, Hallucinations, and
Did you see those, Coop? Do you know?
Cry of.
I was on Isaac's side, so I didn't see the hallucinations
okay.
because you only see him on the.
Yeah, you see
on
him if
player
you're
two.
Carver or
Oh,
whatever
weird.
his name is. Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
I thought it was glitching at first because Nilmar, his character was like talking to himself, and I
Yeah.
didn't see
You
anything.
didn't see it. It's,
I was just kind of making fun of it. I thought it had a problem.
no,
Yeah.
that stuff is awesome.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
So I did go back to YouTube and I watched what he saw.
You can see all the things he sees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was kind of funny when it happened.
And then,
Wow.
Ethan, you might have to be descriptive of this, but Cry of Fear, whatever made you stop playing it.
Did that get votes?
Yep. Multiple votes.
I voted for it.
Yeah, I mean, atmosphere generally is
Okay.
what. Yeah, there's a lot to that. Yeah, the particular scene that made me stop was kids. Essentially, these enemies amounted to children in trash bags that attack you.
Wait, actually,
All right, that gets my
I'm just
vote.
gonna
That sounds like Halloween.
Kids and trash bags.
children in trash bags.
Attacking you. To get your
All right.
candies.
Other nominees that didn't receive votes: Slither, The Arrival, The Hoodie Creeper, Cookie Clicker Grandmas, BioShock Infinite Boys of Silence, And then bleeding and hiding, and sir, you are being
Bleeding to death, yeah.
Bleeding and hiding.
I love the bleeding
Trying to eat
mechanic
a
in that game.
Dead rabbit.
Okay. Okay, so what do we want to actually nominate from Outlast? You had, I think, Ethan, this was probably your nominee. Decapitated guy falls from ceiling.
That
I would push for the water scene. Like
that water scene was
which one?
creepy.
you're like in the big wide open sewer area.
yeah,
can't see the
that
walls.
was pretty. It was pitch black.
Yep.
Yeah,
Is that you're okay with that as the moment?
yeah.
Okay.
I am, because that one had atmosphere and it had like the decapitation was a jump scare.
Yeah.
That one was generally scary. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that.
Okay, cool. Now that we've got that cleared up, one late night we just put everything.
I don't understand GIF. Is the house homosexual?
No, the house is fundamentalist.
I'm confused.
No, yeah. No,
Because that sounds terrifying.
So gone
Big
with,
gay house.
with Gone Home is just it's the anticipation and the figuring out what this world is.
Yeah, I heard.
And
I heard that game. Like, there's that. Like, you think that the game is scary.
yeah,
They don't ever tell you it's not going to be.
Yeah.
But they're like, once you beat the game, you realize, there's nothing scary about
but
the game. Yeah.
actually,
But yeah, I guess if there's jump scare moments in it that make you
I don't know. Even
freak you
I've
out.
played some tense games, but that wouldn't be
the
up
atmosphere. Okay.
there. I'm okay with cutting that.
We can cut it. Everything we said is true. Like, you think it's going to be scary. It's not, but
Was there a
it's not going to be
horror
the moment.
moment in it?
Gosh, One Late Night terrifies me. I'm gonna have trouble cutting that.
Everything. Everything in one
So
late
the Dead
night.
Space hallucinations, I don't have a realm of comparison there.
I like it.
That sounds cool.
it's really the
more
only thing I
than,
hadn't-
more
I
than
know.
scary.
Okay. Because is the restaurant? Well, then that's
What are we
more. It's
talking
more like
about?
the restaurant scene is more. It's more like slasher horror. Where
With
she
It's on fire and you're
yes,
crawling around
yes,
avoiding the guy.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
well,
It's
the Let's Player that I watched on YouTube did that
Well, that's what I was saying.
like real quick.
Did you watch me?
No, did you have to let it take you forever?
No, I got him. No problem.
No, I think I'm the
Yeah,
slowest
I
one to
blew.
do
I
that.
blew through it too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna,
So you can get rid of it.
So some people had a really hard time
Yeah.
with that
I
scene.
don't know how to play games.
Yeah.
okay. Cry of Fear, Ethan. You didn't nominate it, so did it stick with you?
That game really did stick with me, but I think I personally had issues because of why the children were in the trash bags, and that's why it got to me. Some people are, I think, maybe less sensitive to that kind of stuff. So to me, like, it would be. I don't know about the restaurant scene or One Late Night, but I do know that when Josh talked about One Late Night, it sounded horrifying to me. And
Yes.
Cry of Fear, I think I could have powered through it. I think I had to get over it.
Okay. So do we cut Cry of Fear?
Yeah, like that just sounds like more obscene than it does scary.
Yeah, it was a combination of some stuff. But yeah, I mean, I think to me, like, it's tough to define that. And I wish I would have had more experience with the game. So yeah, Cry of Fear. We can cut that. I'm fine with that.
Get out of here, kids.
Go cry.
My vote's One Late Night because I don't know.
I won't play it.
It a personal note. So
I'm in the office late every night by myself, and I will not
Do you know
play
what
that
One Late-
game.
No, I don't
So
know. what
One
that
Late
is.
Night is it's kind of like Slender Man in that there's an entity haunting you. Except the whole thing takes place in an office. Like you're working
You should
you're
play that
working
here.
late.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're working late and shit starts to get weird. And I couldn't handle it. And
Yeah.
I powered through Outlast and I don't know about Dead Space 3, but
I mean, I don't know that it could be something that you couldn't finish.
yeah.
That's how I'm feeling.
That's kind of hard to top. I mean, if there's a game that was literally so bad that you couldn't finish it, then that's kind of
Like, if you play this game,
successful horror.
like my life, like
yeah,
I'm gonna have
Yeah,
problems
it's gonna-
at work.
Yes.
because Dead Space.
Like, this isn't just, ooh, this is scary. This is like my life I'm gonna have trouble living my life now
Yeah.
after playing this game.
Unless we're arguing for those first few hours of Outlast, which are pretty fantastic.
Yeah, they really are. But I think that, again, with One Late Night, they did a lot with a little.
Yeah.
From the impressions I get from people, and Outlast, they had, I don't know, man. I mean, it was scary, but
There is that whole. This is going to bother me in my day to day.
It's so scary that I don't want to hear about it.
Rarely are you going to walk into an asylum. Like, you're not going to get into that situation.
Rarely, yeah. Hey, it happens.
Yeah, I mean that's
you see some old condemned building. You don't know what it used to be.
What's behind those doors?
In Outlast, you don't actually have to do this. Like you could just at the beginning. I think when
I don't know.
When
I'm
you
on
played
derelict spaceships a lot.
I was gonna say when I played that game, I tried to just turn around and leave.
Yeah, Outlast never needs to happen.
Yeah.
All right, our horror moment of the year goes to basically the entire setting of One Late Night.
A game some of us have not played.
Because we can't.
Because we won't. Because we won't play it.
And then other finalists are Outlast, the water scene, and Dead Space 3 Hallucinations,
Which are cool.
They're all of which are very cool. Okay. Actually, my horror movie of the year was Amnesia, but the one from not this year because I finally finished it. All right.
Or
Dead Space 3. All right, moving on. Next up.
What do we got?
Oh,
what's happening?
We are up to the Infinite
Blood Dragon.
Lives Award.
BioShock.
Oh,
Spelunky.
yeah.
It's on the
BioShock
list.
wins the Infinite Lives Award.
Because Infinite's in the title.
And the Infinite Lives Award is the game from 2012 that you played a lot in 2013. This one got a little interesting this year. Surprisingly, this is the first time we've run across this problem, and you'll figure it out here shortly with these nominees.
What's Lydia think?
Exactly. Nominees are...
I'm not a fan of Lydia. I've been running around with Iona or Ione.
I might know what you're
Borderlands 2. XCOM Enemy Unknown.
Oh, man.
Whenever you give her stuff, she goes like, I am sworn.
The Witcher 2, which is from 2011.
Will carry your stuff.
I'll carry your stuff.
And we're making these eligible because Skyrim is also up for consideration.
Can't stop playing that game.
PlanetSide 2.
What in the heck?
Took a week off work.
Spelunky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it is actually eligible.
Nope.
That's for you, V.
Mass Effect 3.
Yeah. I went back, played it in November.
And
In
Awesome
7 Day.
Knots. I just added that on the fly because we played it a lot.
We might as well.
Okay, holy
Yeah.
shit balls. Whoa, XCOM. XCOM.
Come on over. Enemy unknown.
Okay.
Who was
Shit,
playing
okay.
The Witcher 2?
All right, Awesome Knots and The Witcher 2. Okay, everybody I know that played The Witcher 2 didn't actually get anywhere with it either. So,
Yeah.
because if I'm going to nominate a 2011 game, our friends list can support Skyrim.
Yeah.
So,
I haven't played Skyrim.
Sounds like a problem.
I played a ton of Skyrim.
Spelunky was a big one. Guild Wars 2.
Minecraft.
Let's see. Mass Effect
We
had
did
a pretty
this-
awesome DLC, but I didn't touch that game.
Minecraft, the horrible site, just
Did anybody else go back to Mass Effect 3?
I did
yeah,
not.
in November for in 7 Day. Coming back, for like 3 weeks. Yeah, I went back and started playing the multiplayer,
Are you still playing
and then I went ahead and downloaded Citadel too, and played through it.
I like Borderlands 2's ongoing DLC support, so it gets a nod there. XCOM, strong expansion, but I think out of this list, it's kind of what I want to cut.
Because we played Within.
Yeah. Spelunky with the re-releases, I think it probably had a stronger year this year than it did last year.
It keeps
It
popping.
was the daily challenges.
Yeah.
I'm
I
all
think.
Spelunky on this.
You are? All right.
Yeah.
All right. Then I'm going to go ahead and cut PlanetSide 2, just because it more benefited from being released at the end.
You can probably get rid of Mass Effect. That's probably just me and GIF.
That's where I'm headed. There's our finalists. Everybody all right with that?
Yep.
I'm feeling Skyrim because
I
want to go home and play it now that we're talking
Okay,
about
here's
it some more.
the other thing with Skyrim was that Dragonborn was released this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I feel a little bit better about that. But Borderlands 2 had, not only did it have strong DLC, it had a lot of DLC.
True.
Spelunky just had the re-releases and the daily challenges. So I want to kind of, to me, it's between Skyrim and Borderlands 2.
Son of a bitch.
Okay.
To me, the amount of hours I put into it, and I think, looking at Jordan and Justin, I know we all at least put at least 50 hours into Skyrim in 2013.
Mine was in the course of 2 weeks, though.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Like a week and a half or 2 weeks, yeah.
Oh, you don't have, do you even have a horse in this race, Coop? Or do I need to go to a voting here? Oh, jeez. Voting doesn't help.
Yeah, I mean, I played more Borderlands than Skyrim, but that's just me. I mean, I think I saw the rest of our crew play more Skyrim than Borderlands.
I kind of want to give the edge to Borderlands 2 for the new content.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't go back for Dragonborn. I went back because it's an immense game and still has stuff to do.
I mean, me playing Skyrim
Ooh.
was more. I hadn't started it yet, so I finally started it.
Can
this
I
year.
throw a wrench in here and throw in Don't Starve? Does that interest you at all, Ethan? Not over these three, but at least to throw it out.
Yeah.
Honorable mention.
Because to me, it was officially released in 2013.
And then, yeah, and then I think Ethan would throw out FTL if he thought it
Yeah,
could
but was
win.
FTL 2012?
Yeah.
Crap.
You'd like barely played it before we did all the voting, and
Yeah, no.
Dark Souls.
so it's
I
kind
think
of
so.
it's kind of
Yeah,
Tiny
Coop.
Tina in the mass of DLC. Like, where did you? Who played Tiny Tina?
I did.
Ethan did. I played some of it.
I watched Ethan play.
Was it as good as they say, Ethan?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. It was one of the. I mean,
Could not believe
But
it.
here's the problem. The problem is looking at between Borderlands and Skyrim. Like Borderlands, the DLC was great. Tiny Tina aside, the Borderlands was still more of the same. And to me, you can play Borderlands for like a certain period of time, and then you kind of like, okay, I'm done for right now. The way Skyrim grabbed me, again, is just like it was. You couldn't compare it to Borderlands, but Borderlands probably gets a nod for Tiny Tina. But again, I don't know, man. That was I love Skyrim so much.
Skyrim. The thing that keeps bringing me back to that is the I still haven't seen everything. So I feel like
Yeah.
at some point I'll keep I just started the game over again and had to slug through all the beginning stuff, and now I'm world's all open, got the dragons are attacking me, and I'm still every now and again coming across the same little side quest dungeon thing, and I'm like, yeah, go ahead and do this because I know what the weapon is. So I feel like at some point I'm just gonna get tired of doing the same thing in Skyrim.
Matt
over and
is
over again.
pleading for Terraria in his 829 hours. I thought that was just worth mentioning.
But so I've never played Borderlands. So
So-
is that different though? Or do you run in the same problem where you start the game over again?
I mean,
And you do the
people
same
that enjoy
mission
Borderlands
again?
just enjoy like even if you've
Yeah.
gone through the content, you don't mind going through again, and like
Yeah.
and they just kept pumping out DLC. It was not all the best in the world, but
So
it
there's
also
there's more stuff.
they're
that's bringing you
still
back.
doing it. Yeah.
I think there's more there's more content,
Okay.
but
Yeah, 'cause
Skyrim is
Skyrim-
there's not more
bigger.
content than
Skyrim
Skyrim.
kind of get
Well-
repetitive because it's like
As far as
go to a dungeon, kill everybody in the dungeon.
yeah.
You just kind of
So-
like 80% of the quests.
You could just wander around. You could just wander around Skyrim, I think,
Mike-
and you wouldn't really do that in Borderlands.
Yeah.
I mean, you play the missions in Borderlands, and then you're done.
Because the thing that's getting me with Skyrim is okay, I went through the first time all heavy armor and swords. So now I'm going to do magic and stealth and do all the assassins missions and all that kind of stuff.
I feel like in Skyrim, there's probably places that you can get to that you wouldn't be directed to by a mission.
Right.
Where I don't think Borderlands has anything like that. You pretty much go everywhere as you play the game.
I don't know quite what I'm arguing towards, but I don't know if Skyrim. I guess I'm arguing I've never played Borderlands, so I can't say Skyrim is better.
Right.
Is Borderlands. So I'm trying to see if you guys can take my argument and say.
I mean, I think Skyrim is a better game than Borderlands. We obviously.
Yeah.
The
And I'm looking
reason
at more what did we play more of? And
But, yeah.
I think collectively, there
and
was
even
a lot more Skyrim
it's not even
going on.
just collectively with our group. Like the fact that my non-Horrible Knight friends were also messing around with Skyrim still. If you just look at
I just met a friend of my brother's the other day, and that's suddenly I said something about I wasting a lot of time playing Skyrim. You're playing Skyrim too, and then we talked about it for an hour. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron, do you care either way?
I kind of don't care, and yet The only thing that gets me is the fact that Skyrim is 2011 and Borderlands is actually a game from
Last
the
year.
year before.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, but Terraria.
But Terraria, though.
I mean, I guess that's the true definition of Infinite Lives. It's even older. And
Yeah, it's
people are still
older.
playing it
Yeah,
more than
if you
Borderlands.
I'm
wanted
okay
to
either
say,
way.
if you just want to say,
I'm okay either way.
I find
Let's go to the
Skyrim a
vote.
stronger
Yeah.
game than Borderlands 2.
Okay, then
Sounds like Skyrim.
We'll go with.
Is that
well,
what we said?
No, the tiebreaker is Borderlands.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I
Is
I
it?
saw
All right.
Yep. So we're gonna go with the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel we
I'm not upset about that.
no.
There's nothing
one
wrong
is.
with.
Has
There's nothing wrong
multiplayer.
with this.
We're all fine.
It's interesting. Is everything okay? You guys.
So we're shutting the stream down.
Throat slit.
All right. Oh,
I quit you.
Quit you games.
Horrible
this
night.
award actually kind of makes me a little nostalgic here.
Happy Matt said the only reason he has so many hours in Skyrim is because it takes forever to do anything.
It takes forever to do what you want to do because you do everything else.
There's a lot of base work that you got to do. It's a job.
A lot of base work. Yeah.
This
Late
The
base.
foundation you got to lay.
we have now reached the Mr. Dave,
Dave
Award,
Award.
for best
Good.
new character of the year.
Oh man,
Favorite new video game character. So
Mr. Drippy.
you like
Drippy.
the
Mr.
drippy?
Drippy.
You like
He's such a character.
the drippy?
He's got a crazy Welsh accent.
Silas Greaves from
I thought you
Gunslinger.
liked Nilin. I thought she was your favorite.
Well, now you've talked about her butt getting lumpy or whatever.
Kid
Disappeared.
Christmas is a character.
Since I exploited
That's
her,
for sure. That's
Oh,
for
not
sure.
her not perfect.
The Tiny Barbarian
Hindquarters.
from Tiny Barbarian.
I'm kind of surprised about
He has
it.
a strong entrance, man.
He sure does.
That is a great opening. Yeah,
Joel from The Last of Us. Ooh, Ellie from The Last of Us.
he's a good father figure, Joel.
Was it my favorite? The favorite summary of The Last of Us was Josh right after he finished it. Like, it was, if you don't like The Last of Us, you're a bad father.
It's awesome.
Is it Ludus? The Ludus twins?
Like Lutessa? Is that how they say their name?
From Bioshock Infinite.
Okay, so that wins it, right? Because it's
Because it's
from
Bioshock.
Bioshock.
And,
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Anytime it's
Sorry, chat. No.
Let's see. Trevor from GTA 5.
God, no, take him off.
Jordan.
That's my line. Richard Conway from Gunpoint.
I had to look up his
Hey, did
name.
you know that game had good writing?
I didn't.
Sam, the sister from Gone Home. The narrator from Stanley's Parable. Or is it? Yeah, Stanley Parable.
Yeah.
He doesn't own the parable. little bro from Brothers.
Little bro.
Jorge Gustavo from Papers, Please did not receive the votes. Or Georgie Gustavo.
Like
Sorry.
Horty.
Is he the guy that keeps?
Yep.
Yeah.
No. He shows up at the cart like the drawn. Oh, that guy's great.
And New Dante
Oh.
from Devil May Cry. Anything else jump out before we dive in?
Where's Drippy?
Drippy didn't
Yeah.
get nominated.
Okay. Well. Honorable mentions to Mr. Drippy from Nino Cooney, Wrath of the White Witch.
Okay. I love you, Tiny Barbarian. But you're the first one as far as your competition. We've got some.
Yeah, I mean the character is cool, but I think that the other ones
There's
are
no
fleshed out a
character
little bit more.
development.
Yeah, there's no story.
He's just a
behind him.
badass from the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh, Rex Power Colt did not get nominated.
Hadn't
Do
seen
we
his
throw him
butt
in?
yet.
Do you gonna throw him in?
Yeah.
Haven't seen his vote.
Can't stop thinking about the guy.
Yeah, I think there's some stronger ones than that.
Okay.
I like Ellie more than Joel.
I do too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
I like 'em
I like
both.
Joel more than Ellie.
I like them both, but
I love how
That's
how
hard. It's hard to separate
snappy
the two.
she gets
Yeah.
at people.
They're gonna hurt each other because you can't separate.
It's hard to separate
you
the
need
two.
the two of them together for the whole,
Okay,
the
but-
whole picture. But
Yeah.
But sometimes
Ellie's pretty consistent. Like her-
Wait. Sometimes when you're walking around, Ellie makes guitar noises, and I want to fucking shoot her.
oh my god,
Really?
Yeah.
God, I love that stuff. That was hilarious.
She's like, what?
oh she does stuff
14?
like that. But there's the scene in the toy store where Ellie would not take that toy unless you're not looking at her. She's like seriously, she's like I'm gonna steal this toy for the other kid,
Oh yeah.
and she won't take the toy if you stare at her. But the moment you turn your back, that's how she gets the toy
All
in
right.
your back.
Oh, that's
I'm gonna
awesome.
admit that Silas isn't gonna hold up. but he was.
Yeah. Got him.
He's a fun narrator.
Can we just combine Joel and Ellie into one person?
Jelly.
Really?
Jelly.
Jelly.
I could be talked into that.
The Lutessa twins are pretty awesome too.
Yeah, like
Get rid of Trevor. He doesn't need to be on any list anyway, unless there's a worst person ever award.
He's the.
He is a character.
He's the one takeaway from that game that might go beyond the game. So
I just like the complications of it. Like, on the surface, he seems like just a very kind of one note. Oh, he's just a crazy guy. But when you actually play the game,
all right.
which I think I'm the only one.
I think it's a nice sentiment, but I don't think Sam's going to hold
You've
up
watched-
either.
Watched all of it.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can get rid of Trevor. I mean, it won't change how I feel about
Okay, I'm not
the
gonna vote
character,
for Trevor.
but no one's going to vote for Trevor.
Well,
and,
okay,
and I'm not
where
even
are we
going to vote
getting?
for Trevor as number one. So
Where am I getting? I'm with.
I'm going to vote
Okay,
for Richard
you got to
Conway's
talk me
pants.
through the ending of Gunpoint. Is Richard Conway? Does he hold up? I mean, I love the
So,
writing in that game.
Yeah,
so-
I think he does.
When he
because
dies
I'm
at the
sorry,
ending of the game.
Gunpoint is one of the coolest, most unexpected endings you'll get. And Conway goes from being
Okay.
so he's a private detective. He's kind of a goofy, funny private detective to he becomes a badass. It's a very good progression for him. So I'm not going to argue for him too much, but he's a pretty badass character. Yeah. Well written too. A lot of people completely overlook
right now
that with Gunpoint.
I'm The Last of Us is the strength of its cast as a whole rather than individual characters. So
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards cutting Joel, Ellie, Trevor, and then dealing with the rest.
I'm okay with that.
I'm with that.
Aaron. Jeez.
That's all gifts.
That's for chat. Sorry, anybody listening.
Okay. I don't.
Little bro, next.
Yeah, you can get.
Wow.
The twins.
Well, because this is usually like, we're being funny. And like little bro, there's nothing funny about little bro at all.
I don't want to
Okay.
I don't want to spoil it, but
No, I mean,
holy shit, little bro.
He's in the
Yeah.
finals.
He goes through some shit.
He's in the finals. Unless
Yeah.
okay. So
Are we
to me, it's between
cutting one more?
Conway and the twins. I would want to vote for Conway. Twins didn't really resonate with me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They were a cool idea, but like,
I was tired of listening to him by the end, actually.
Okay.
I like the twins, but
All right.
Yeah.
I'll pick another fight.
Well, I didn't even think anybody
It's
would
not- I don't think it's worth
would
the fight.
say what you guys just said. Like, you thought they were annoying or anything. So
No,
They were
I didn't-
fine. I'm not going to pick them over
Like
little bro. but
again, it's the overall narrative that blows me away with BioShock.
Okay.
And I mean, honestly, I like Booker and Elizabeth better, but no.
I mean, I have to get into like spoiler territory to explain why I like the twins. So.
okay. So does little bro win? Is that what we just? Because I'm with Coop.
I think
Really?
Yeah.
you, Aaron?
I'm most emotionally connected to little bro.
Okay.
Man,
I thought this was kind of like a joke category, but
I really like.
man, there's nothing funny
I
about
really like
little
the
bro.
shit the narrator does in
Yeah.
Stanley Parable, but
He should have his own
he's
game.
Like a
that
floating, he's like a
narrator.
floating entity. It's kind of weird to classify. Like if someone's like, "Oh, what's the Mr. Dave?" Like I always think of like a physical body, but the narrator's like half of that. But it's such a great half. He has no physical body, but just the things he says and the range of emotions he has, depending on which ending you go to. Like sometimes he's like, she seems evil. Sometimes he seems like.
Only knock I come up with against little bro is like, does he star in a sequel? Does that like? Do you want to continue with that character?
probably not.
As long as it's like a Shadow of the Colossus kind of a thing.
Like little bro is
Could be
almost
that-
like a
you know,
shell. Like but I mean, it's almost on the same level of what I'm saying for the narrator. Like it encapsulates an idea, but there's not much about the little bro just looking at him that I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
he's my favorite new character. But
That's
it's
true.
about what he goes through in like that entire game.
Yeah.
So I think he deserves
and
to be
I
on the
wasn't.
list.
After you guys
I
say
feel
that,
good
like I
with that.
wasn't really going to argue super hard with Conway because I think I had like the most experience with it. But that is a character that I want to see again.
Bastion narrator.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
if
Stanley
the essence of
Parable
this
narrator.
award is a character that we want to see again,
Okay.
then maybe Little Bro isn't the best pick.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna table him, so it's now between these two.
I did not play the Stanley Parables, so
I've
What'd you think
only seen the
Character
actual
of
mod.
Conway.
I like Conway. I mean, I'm
He just had some of his lines. Man.
He's a sassy bastard.
Yeah, I mean,
He's got
Okay.
pants.
I think with the first few times I played it, I just kind of clicked start mission. But then once I started reading
You have to
everything,
read what he
yeah,
says.
he's pretty funny.
When he comes full circle too, and I mean, I think like I don't know,
Okay.
just that last scene.
Okay.
I don't know, think I put it. I think we had like a best moment award. I forgot to put it in there, but his
You can- there's
final
still
mission
time.
is so freaking awesome.
All right, I'm okay at Conway.
I'm okay with Conway.
Let's do it.
This Conway, not
Richard
the other
Conway from Gunpoint wins our Mr. Dave Award for Best New Character.
Oh, good.
Other finalists are narrator of Stanley Parable and Little Bro from Brothers Tale of Two Sons.
Little bro.
Little bro.
It's one tough son of a bitch.
So I really need to
is.
play that game, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, probably before we finish the show.
Okay.
Start playing it now.
Start playing it now. You'll finish it
cookie
before the
clicker.
show.
Right now,
Or
my
cookie
input
clicker.
on Game of the Year is as
We'll know
Yeah,
where you
it's
are in the game by the
non-starter.
expression on your face.
Grandma for best new character.
This is,
best cookie.
this is always an uncomfortable award. The Not Entertained Award for Underachiever of the Year. So you had some expectations.
Remember
Uh,
me.
Can we just
Yeah.
let's just give it to one and move to the next one?
Like, you
Yeah,
gotta get those,
expectations.
gotta get those finalists. Well, here's the thing. Aliens Colonial Marines is an obvious nominee.
Oh god.
I had expectations of SimCity.
I think a lot of
Yeah.
people did.
I had hopes for Aliens
Expectations that it
Colonial
would work.
Marines.
That it would work.
But I also have been
Offline?
dealt
That it
with the
would be.
reality that most Aliens games suck.
That it would be an entire
think I know
city
where this is
that you
going.
get to manage.
Also, Star Trek the movie.
the game.
I
Star Trek the movie, the game.
the movie, the game,
whatever
the book,
it's called. I like that first trailer.
the guide.
Gears of War Judgment did get a vote. I didn't
See?
really know people hated that game. I thought it was just kind
I
of
don't
a
think
meh.
I didn't know.
You finished it, right?
I finished Judgment. Yeah.
Oh, come on!
I have it. I'm going to
I
play
don't
it.
even want to put this on the list. Typing of the
Wait.
Dead overkill. That is so fucking
Wait,
hard.
who said that? Wait, so
What is that? Typing of the Dead overkill?
Yeah.
It's
Typing
Is that like
games.
how?
It's
Is that,
House of the Dead
is that like Frog
Overkill.
Fractions?
Only you play
No.
by typing words instead of shooting.
Marvel Heroes.
it's great. I don't know why it's there.
Yeah. Why was that on the list? This sounds exactly like
we've got
exactly
the
what.
power to take it off, guys.
Terrorism.
Oh yeah, I know, but just these are the ones that received votes. Also nominated: How to Survive, X Rebirth, Dead Space 3, Batman: Arkham Origins. I think it's unfair. Poker Night 2, Defiance, and Dead Island Riptide. Anything else to add, gentlemen? Let's see if anything jumped out in chat.
Nothing that will beat one of these on this list.
Verdian votes for Aaron.
Okay,
for not
who-
entertained
SimCity-
award.
I'm not
SimCity
playing.
Aliens are in the
Ouch.
finals. I feel.
Yeah.
I want to vote Marvel Heroes, but I might have an agenda
Whoa.
against that game. So
The man's
As long
already
as you
sick.
voice the agenda and we agree with it,
I was
be all right.
We should have eliminate Star Trek the movie, the game, because like if you had expectations for this, you're stupid.
You're
You
an
just
idiot.
love the Abrams, you know,
Yeah.
like
It's
oh,
a video
you know,
game
he
movie.
didn't know
Okay,
it. The movie is the game. will be
Remove-
I would
good,
use the
you
same
know,
defense
you know.
for typing of the Dead overkill if you had expectations.
Remove
Yeah.
Typing of the
Yeah.
Dead
Yeah.
overkill. Remove
Sure.
Star Trek.
So I put
say
Typing
those-
of the Dead on there, and the only reason was because
explain yourself.
I loved the first one,
He loves typing.
and I started playing that one, and I got kind of bored.
So he
So
was literally not entertained.
yeah, it's the name of the word. I was not.
Over some of this other competition.
Yeah, no. It was.
He wasn't as bad at SimCity as he was at the typing for the Dead game.
Yeah, no. I'm not
So
arguing
much
for it.
more mad
I'm not
about the
arguing
Dead one.
for
I
it
was
to
gonna say, I
win
feel
at
like there
all.
are games you avoided playing because you knew better that you're actually more disappointed in.
Well, I would have never played SimCity even if it worked.
So
but
who?
I see the top three here.
Yeah, me
I don't know if
too,
is
yeah.
the voter here for Gears of War Judgment because I need that case.
It wasn't
'cause
me.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
I would.
No.
it's
No, I would take that off.
I think I nominated just trying to think of what games existed, but I don't think I voted for it.
And then I know Ethan, you probably don't have a problem. Did you come back around on Marvel Heroes? I thought it might have had a strong end to the year, but
No, I mean, again, like it I didn't have expectations for that. I didn't not like the game. I don't think it underachieved. It just wasn't enough to separate it from the rest of the isometric
did.
dungeon crawlers that I've been playing. So
you maybe How to Survive? Like
I had no expectations for that game.
yeah, I had. I mean, I got on the hype train for Marvel Heroes and I played it and I was bored to death.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, I would say like, oh yeah, I guess that does make sense. Yeah, if you're gonna have to choose between those two, Marvel Heroes probably deserves it more so than How to Survive. How to Survive was like,
Yeah.
hey, look, it's a game we made in like a month or so.
Is Marvel Heroes the free-to-play one where you have to keep buying all the heroes to keep paying for them?
Yeah.
Yep. And that's a broken free to play model. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I just
Awful.
The game makes me angry. Josh loves it. So but
He loves superheroes.
yeah.
If it was Resident Evil, that I said, if it was a Resident Evil game with the same
Okay.
model, I would probably buy a bunch of stuff.
But in this regard, like I said, I had high expectations. I was excited for a SimCity, a new SimCity.
the fact that I did not buy SimCity and being a huge SimCity fan says a lot about SimCity not being entertained. Again, we predicted Aliens Colonial Marines was not going to be good. I mean, I think we kind of wanted to give it a benefit of the doubt, but no one thought it was going to be good. SimCity shocked everybody.
The only thing with Aliens Colonial, we didn't think it was going to be good, but it was also terrible.
It was really terrible.
So we had middling expectations and it sucked.
It was
versus high expectations and it sucked. Is kind of what that's
was-
where
I
and
think
it was
high expectations for SimCity, for a franchise like that, people were waiting for that, anticipating it, for it to be and not even that it sucked, but it was broken and it introduced what we all hate about games. I mean, I think to me that defines what underachieving is it thought it could get away with stuff because it was SimCity and it couldn't, and it ruined the experience.
Or just flat out lying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a tie in our votes, but it sounds like we're headed towards SimCity.
It's SimCity.
Yeah, SimCity.
Yeah.
Good God. Gearbox lives to fight another day.
Barely.
So our not entertained award goes to SimCity, other finalists, Aliens, Colonial Marines, and Marvel Heroes. All right.
I can tell you a game that does entertain me, and it's called New Leaf.
Shot.
Oh, that sounds interesting. Tell me about that.
Let me tell you about New Leaf.
Take a shot.
Next up, the Queued Up Award.
Oh, this list is long.
This is the 2013 game that you are going to be playing a lot in 2014. So it's kind of predictive, and it does have some criteria as far as, is it DLC based or is it just content or is it because you're addicted to it? So the nominees are
I just saw
I just saw that didn't get a vote. The nominees are NBA 2K14.
sports again.
Sports.
That damn career
Don't
mode.
jump.
Who plays sports in this
Starbound.
group?
Marvel Heroes.
No.
We'll split. Pokemons.
Wonder who voted for Marvel Heroes.
I'm a Pokemon.
Payday 2. Nether. Warframe. Which I got to cut because that was not actually a 2013 game.
What about
Quite a
the
bit of that.
PlayStation 4?
DayZ.
Didn't it?
It was the beta. Like,
The beta-
from our beta rules, it's the
Oh,
2012 game.
okay, that makes sense. I'll
They
say
just-
beta was December.
They just
but-
released it on a PlayStation 4, which is how I want
Battlefield
to play
4.
Yeah, they did just release it this year on PlayStation 4.
it. Yeah.
State of Decay.
No one's no one's jumping on Coop.
I didn't
well.
hear him.
Just ignore us.
Sir, you are being hunted. See, the early access games could have an edge here because
They could.
Other nominees that didn't make the cut: Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag, Grand Theft Auto 5, Rogue Legacy, Guild Wars 2 was also a 2012 game.
Sorry, man.
The Wonderful
always
101,
gotta be
Ni no Kuni, The Last of Us, Just Cause 2 multiplayer, Metro Last Light. I think that bears the case. Risk of Rain and Dragon's Crown. Anybody want to fight for any of those or have any additional nominations?
No.
For Dean, we're not allowed to talk about the War Z.
I want to fight for Guild Wars too. Not really.
No, you don't.
Wars.
He wants to fight on
That
behalf.
was a 2012 game.
Let's go back in time.
Okay. Starbound makes a strong case.
I will never be playing NBA 2K14.
Nether, who knows? That's too much of a question. mark.
Verdian points out Starbound isn't actually released.
In our release rules.
In
it
yeah.
Oh,
qualifies.
because you can pay for it right
Yes.
now,
Yeah, if you-
right?
Yes.
So,
Early
yeah.
release games that are
So
out
it's
in
out.
2013. Yes.
Yeah, okay. I mean, of course you'll play it next year because they'll have added a bunch of stuff because they're still working on it.
Are any of us really going to play Battlefield 4?
Can you?
Great question.
I'm kidding.
It's true.
Yeah.
I'm being mean because I've heard a lot of other people being mean, and I don't care anything about the
Anybody
game.
playing Marvel Heroes?
Just Josh.
Sorry, Josh.
He's gonna come bursting into his office at some point.
If Pokemon act like you could make a case for Pokemon if more stuff was coming out, I feel, but like
They have a bank coming out, so you can actually get the other Pokemon that you can't get right now. But I'm the only one, I think, playing Pokemon.
Yeah.
But are you going to buy the other one because you're only playing like X or something,
I'm gonna
right?
get rid of Nether just because
I'm not going to buy the other.
Nether's a mess right now, anyway.
I just
If we're gonna ditch it, I would ditch DayZ too.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Personally, like I've played both of them. They both, well, DayZ is even less finished than Nether is right now. But
Does Nether work for you, Coop?
yeah, I've played it for a
I
few
still
hours.
can't even load it.
Oh yeah, no, it's actually cool. I give it the edge over DayZ because DayZ appears to just be a remake of DayZ. I have no idea how they're gonna make it different yet. I mean, it just looks like the same mod on a standalone.
It's easier to get into a game, but I'm pretty
Nether has it. It may go in a cool direction. I like the supernatural stuff that they do, and the fact that at nighttime, all of the Nether creatures there's a lot more of them, and they're super strong, and you kind of have to team up with people more at night. But in the daytime, you're trying to hide from the people, type of thing. So it has potential, I think, but it's still pretty early to tell.
Yeah, the episodic games are kind of a.
We
We can't include those because obviously, we'll be playing those next year.
Yeah, we had that conversation beforehand, so we've landed with the early access and betas are eligible, but not.
Gotta stick to your guns.
Yeah. Okay.
I think by site-wide definition, if I'm the only one playing Pokemon, I feel like we should get rid of it because that's not like all of us are going to come back to it.
I can come back.
Are all of us going to have to hear about it in the coming year?
Listen to me.
I'd say the same thing for I'm okay with. Oops.
Just take
the whole list. Jeez.
Screw all these games.
All these
Screw
games
this.
are.
I'm not playing anything.
We're not going to play any
next
of these
year.
games.
Taking a year off.
Not that.
We're going to play Aliens Colonial Marines next year.
It's coming back.
Bro,
I feel it.
SimCity's queued up.
Finally, they just got cheetah speed back in.
Oh, yeah, they got the cheetahs back.
Okay, I'm gonna get rid of NBA for the same reasons.
Yeah, get rid of NBA, Pokemon. Arguably, sir, you are being hunted.
I don't know.
I feel like, I don't know, I'm getting rid of Pokemon even though I probably will play it, but...
Okay, yeah, I don't know if anybody else is interested, sir, you're being hunted, but well, that was more of a early access hit for me. I can't wait to see when it's finished, and that'll be finished this year, so...
I could
Same thing
I
with
could stand
Starbound.
behind it. It intrigues me. I may play
I'm
it.
intrigued, but I'm not sure. So that's what
I can
holds
see-
me.
State of Decay have more DLC coming. Are they continue to work on that?
The DLC came out this.
Yeah, they just
past-
released something, didn't
Okay.
they?
Yeah, but I would be okay with taking that off as well because I think they're working on State of Decay 2. So I don't know if that's going to be a game that you're going to keep following up on. So
Okay.
anyway, there's the one that's going to. I mean, there's one that stands out on this list. So I'm not going to argue any of these.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
All right. Is Starbound winning?
Starbound wins for me.
Yeah.
Okay. I like the Payday.
That game's gonna be awesome.
All I want to say about Payday 2 is that I like that it made the list.
I like that it made the list, too.
It should, yeah.
I want to play more Payday, too, but Starbound is the one.
Why are we playing Starbound? Just because
I don't know.
that's the way the game's made.
I won't play Starbound, but
I don't want to start.
I
playing
can't win
it.
against these
Like
people.
I'm playing Minecraft. I don't have.
I started playing.
I don't
it.
have room for.
I'm in. Multiple
I don't
planets.
have room for
We gotta
it.
get those Terraria hours in Starbound now. 863 hours.
All right. Our winner of the Queued Up Award is Starbound. The finalist, Payday 2, and Sir, you are being hunted. And moving on to
the next
guys. We're already
categories.
through. This is our 8th one. We get to. We're going through here. We're gonna wrap this section up with the Fuck Me Award.
That's not what that says.
Start.
You misspelled it.
This is
Oh shit! And let's see here. Nominees. Actually, the votes were kind of skewed. So we got Nuclear Throne,
It's too bad that doesn't form
So
a middle
what's
finger.
what's the description of this?
Antechamber.
What's the description of this category?
Oh, excuse me. Thank you, Jordan, for paying attention.
Because I'm thinking
more than I ever expected.
Nilin from Remember Me.
Fuck Me Award.
That's their
I don't know, man. When
Yes.
she bends over, it gets all distorted.
I know. That's what I'm talking about.
This is the game that beat the hell out of you that you still love.
Oh, okay.
And we've got Nuclear Throne, Antechamber, Desktop Dungeons.
How did Antechamber beat the hell out of you? Just
Just by
brain.
existing.
just racking your brain.
Yeah,
Because you're,
your brain.
I was taught
you're an idiot.
Desktop Chambers. Rogue Legacy.
Dark Souls.
You should feel bad.
Tiny Barbarian.
Yeah. God, that was hard.
Other nominees are these worth fighting for? Gunpoint.
No.
Legend of Dungeon.
No.
Monaco. Fire Emblem Awakening.
Kind of.
Sir, You Are Being Hunted. Volgar the Viking. Eldritch. And Payday 2.
How about Valda's story?
For beating the hell, I didn't get that impression from
I
what
don't
I
have that
played of it.
impression
I
either.
have given up twice just because I've gotten so pissed off at how hard it is.
Yeah, but I think there's elements of that are there's some control iffiness. Like I feel the same way about Valda's story, but I think it's not because it's intentionally like that. I think there's some there's some weird stuff about the controls.
Yeah, because I've been sliding off ledges
Yeah,
way more than I
Rain.
Risk of
way
Rain.
more than I want
Yeah.
to be.
Write in vote for Risk of Rain.
yeah, Risk of Rain
That should be there.
Brothers beats the hell out of you emotionally.
I don't want to go back, though.
Yeah,
That game, you're just
I
like,
will
man.
know.
that's true. Yeah, you definitely don't want to go through that again. Just like fuck you, games.
Let's think of another one. Spelunky's not in consideration this year. It's a one last year.
It's true though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Daily
Yeah,
challenges
back
make a
to
strong
it.
case, but we're counting it as the 2012 release. All right, let's
Cut them.
this down.
Let's cut 'em.
Oh man, Tiny Barbarian.
this is
I
tough.
almost just quit that game in a rage.
I'm just enthusiasm.
But I wanted to beat it. I wanted to.
enthusiasm
I wanna get
wise.
through it.
Nuclear Throne's the first one I cut.
I could.
Yeah.
I could cut, even though I think I voted for it. Anti-chamber. Because
I'd be okay with those two. I think the other ones are really strong.
it was hard and I do like it, but
After you beat it, is there any
I
going
could-
back?
I could. Yeah,
I mean, after you figure,
I may have given up on it. I don't know.
I gave up on it. I play a lot of games.
Okay, here does Rogue Legacy beat the hell out of you? Like it's
not in the
Yes
way.
and
my-
no.
like I never felt beat up by it. Like I felt like
No, and the progress
Yeah,
takes that away
that's
from you
that's.
too.
huh?
But Risk of Rain,
I would take that
Risk,
off.
Risk of Rain.
Risk of Rain can
literally-
still just kick your ass.
Like from the
Yeah,
start.
Risk of Rain literally does it.
Because yeah, even
More
when
than
you lose
Rogue
in
I like this
Rogue
list.
Legacy,
I like
you're
this
still
list.
you're
It's a
still
good
moving
list.
forward.
I want to go for Tiny Barbarian because it's an old school vote for me. But like
Yeah.
my wish to persevere and
Yeah.
the tightness of the controls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tiny Barbarian has my vote.
It has mine as well.
What are you go with Risk of Rain? Is that your?
I'm Risk of Rain.
Because
That
you're
game-
all
Hey,
by
got to
yourself.
write in, man.
I know. I'm surprised we didn't get it on the list in the first place, but of those three games,
longevity of Risk of Rain is my question, and I can't speak to it yet because I've just really started to get into it. Like,
there
to keep going back for it.
it's got an addictive nature to it, and all the different items you get. Everything's kind of random. The levels are kind of randomized in terms of their layouts, not so much the order you go through. But playing through the game, there are maybe 10 different classes, and you have to meet certain requirements to unlock them, and you can play it with other people too. But the thing that makes me want to put it on this list is the fact that as time goes on, the longer you take, like you want to build yourself up, but the longer you take, that difficulty continues to spike and spike until it reaches its just full limit, and enemies have way too much health. There's tons of them, and I was probably just lucky by the fact that I even beat it in that 40-minute time.
Yeah.
That was the first time I had played it.
Can you
the first
keep
night,
coming
but
back to that game?
You can't keep coming back to
Because Tiny
Risk of Rain.
Barbarian,
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of just
I finished Tiny Barbarian and I was done.
Shit.
like
Fuck you for
keep
There's more-
you keep
Is
work,
it-
you
is
keep
it
working
keep-
at it.
Is it
but then
keep
you,
coming back, like, to continually play, or it's you keep
I'm
coming
gonna-
back to
like I'm
finish
gonna
it?
get this.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
like this game is because
I'm
there
gonna
are games where I'm like, this game is too hard. I don't even want to finish it.
Yeah.
But Tiny Barbarian would be a game that I'm like, this is challenging, but I still want to come back and finish it.
Yeah.
Type of thing, and that's kind of how I.
Like I hate how much work this is, but man, I'm gonna
Because
get this done.
I mean the whole replayability thing.
So,
I think there are
nobody-
only a select few games that actually have infinite replayability.
Right.
Yeah, that's basically the argument. Sounds like we're down to these two anyway.
I think so.
So, does the finiteness of Tiny Barbarian hold it back? Like I said, it's an old school vote for me. It's like I
Yeah.
really enjoy the challenge of that game, and
It sounds like Risk of Rain doesn't have to be challenging. Like,
It will wind up challenging at some point. I don't think you can finish it without it getting to a hard difficulty.
So like
I don't know how.
Is it like Binding of Isaac where you just have to get the right combination of random power-ups to beat it?
That helps, but I don't know.
I mean, is it a game where you could actually get good at it to a point where you could sit down and beat it?
Those are questions I guess I don't know the answer to.
Yeah.
I might have gotten lucky when I beat it.
because that game's got
But-
multiplayer, right?
Risk of Rain does have
Yeah.
a
Yeah, the
two-player.
multiplayer side's cool.
I mean, but like you could have other people in there who are real
Yeah.
good, helping you out.
Yeah. But it took me several attempts to beat Risk of Rain.
Tiny.
I'm still Tiny Barbarian.
I will not go to Tiny, but I think I'm losing.
Tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Tiny's pretty. Yeah.
I think Risk of Rain put up a hell of a fight for a write-in. So,
Yeah.
Can't take that Tiny
fuck
Barbarian.
me! Award goes to Tiny Barbarian DX, the finalist Desktop Dungeons, and Risk of Rain. So that brings up to us to our next little break here. I think we're gonna order our food and then let's just come back and grind through this because we're
And then you guys can
Yeah.
watch us eat.
yeah.
Listen to Jordan eat.